Hey everyone, thanks for hanging back out with us again today. We got something really cool to show you today. DeadOnPlastix has added again and brought us two new colors. We got Amber and Dawn. So we're going to get right into checking these out. We're going to work with the Amber one today. The Dawn we'll do another day, but it's a perfect morning dawn color. You can see the tip there. It's a great morning dawn color. When you pair it with the DeadOnPlastix electric grape and dawn on the bottom, beautiful morning dawn. But we'll do that another day. For today, what we're gonna do, Chris Jones on World's Worst Fishing showed an in-depth video on this color, and he showed different saturation levels on how to inject it and everything. This is Amber is a beautiful color for a base, and so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I play with it a little bit, and we're going to pour the Angling AI G5s, and we're gonna do a quick little pour and show you some of the things that Amber can do. So we gotta get right into it. And before we start anything, before we get into Amber, since we're doing a pour, this is going to be our belly color. So we're going to get some other colors prepared for the top layers of it. So let's get right into this. So as you can see, we have our G5s laid out, front and backs. Now you can do this color that we're going to do. You can do it simple. Just keep them together, pour a 2-color laminate. But what we're going to do is the top color that goes on it, we're actually going to pour a capsule about halfway down. So we got these laid out, and we're going to pour a capsule of that top color and then top it off with it too. So once it's up to temp, we'll show you how we get into it. Okay, so this is our top color. So we're going to use an awesome color, Melons from DeadOnPlastix. Now we're starting with half a cup of plastisol in here. So I want a thin saturation since we're pouring a capsule, so I'm just going to do 13 drops. Alright, 13 drops. And now we're going to take some black and just just the smallest 1 drop we can. That's it. Okay. We're going to stir that in. I actually think Chris Jones might have done this melons on Amber in his video, but we're altering it a little bit, so it's a little bit different. There's a nice amber or melons color. So let's spice this up a little bit. We're gonna let's add some good old meteor flake. Goes with anything. We'll put a sprinkle of that in there, and then just to have a little flavor, we're going to use a turquoise flake from DeadOn. We're going to give that a shot. A nice good scoop of that. Maybe even 2. About 1.5 scoops. I like that color. That's a great color. We don't use it enough. So let's stir that in the mix. Oh, you see that in there? Yeah. Very cool. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, since I'm pouring a capsule, I'm going to get this up to temp again. And we're going to get all the vacuum, put it in the vacuum chamber and get all the airs out of it. And then when we're ready to pour the capsule, we'll be right back. So a lot of you see me pour these capsules before, but I wanted to show you what we're going to do. We're going to dump it in the head, and then we're going to go about halfway. You can see my pick here. We're going to go right along there. Make sure it doesn't flow into the belly because we're going to have the other color in there. So we're going to pour it in there all the way down and then dump it out onto this cold mold. Okay, so here we're going to go. Where since it's a capsule, this is quite hot. Now, I hope you can see this on the camera. You're going to dump it in the head and then just run it out. And then dump it out onto that spare mold. Just like that. See how it doesn't quite cover the belly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get all these done up real quick. We got 5 molds, so that's 10 sides. Do another one in the head, all the way down, then just dump it out. Okay, so all the capsules are in. The molds are just on a warm setting. And you notice, woo, all over the place. Okay. You notice the overspray. But more importantly, you see if, let me get a cooler one here. This one's nice. Okay. You see, if I can get that angle on it. Right there, you see the line where the plastic started settling, and so it made like a ripple right there. Well, if you just go ahead and pour it like that, then you'll see a big line all the way down it from, it'll look like a cold crack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our heat gun and smooth all that off so all those lines aren't in it no more. So we're gonna grab our heat gun and do that real quick. Alright, that may take a little bit of time, but it's real necessary. It's real important to start with a nice, smooth canvas to work with. So, all that stuff on top, you're just going to pinch it. And then clean all the tops off. And then we're going to put them together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through and pinch all the tops. Make sure you pinch, don't pull. Pinch tops. And we're gonna get all these done and get ready for the next color. That's all we're doing for the capsule part, and then we'll show you the rest. Okay, so they're all clamped in with that capsule color. Now we're gonna get ready to do the belly color. And see, the reason I pour it on a cold mold is because it cools the plastic right away. And then you can grab all of that and just toss it back in your cup. And we can use it, because we're gonna top it off, that mold off, with the same color. So we just put it all in there and wait till we're ready. And then we'll get ready. We're gonna go throw another half a cup of DeadOn Plastix on the mic and get ready to do some amber for the belly. And while that's warming up, we're gonna heat this, put our molds, set that up to about about 280, 300, about 300 right now. And then after we get the belly in, we're gonna bump it up to about 320, and that'll be our finishing temp. All right, so this amber base is really awesome, and I think this is going to be a killer base for a lot of different things. Usually it's about 25 drops per cup, so we got half a cup here, so we're gonna put 13 drops in this. All right. And then just to spice it up, you know what? We're gonna wait for that. Let's get the color in first so we can see what she looks like. Oh yeah, such a great color for a belly. If you look closely, it's almost got like a green hue, like a chartreuse hue around the edge there too, but like an orange. But with this light of a saturation, it's still real opaque. Or real translucent, sorry. And then, just to texture it up, we're gonna put some 0.025 DeadOn night flake in there. Just a little bit, not even a whole scoop, just a little bit for a texture. And you know, I was gonna add a drop of black, but I really don't think I'm gonna. I think that looks pretty good. So we're gonna get this up to temp, and then we're gonna pour the belly color in there. Now since our molds are getting hot, and they're gonna be hot when we pour, you don't have to have this plastic as hot. So we got it to our conversion temp. We're just gonna get it up to a working temp, and then gas all the bubbles out of it so there's no air bubbles in there, and then we'll pour it in there cool because the molds are hot, and that'll help your flakes suspend and all that stuff in there. All right, I hope you can see this. We're gonna pour it right to the top of the hook slot and then into the anal fin a little bit. Now remember, the molds are hot, so we got our Plastix off really cool. Just enough to get it to workable. One of the benefits of using DeadOn Plastix, it still maintains workable temps or workable conditions at a low temperature. Right to the top of the hook slot and into the anal fin. Number 3. Nice and easy. It should flow real smooth because it's cooler. It's not so hot where it's gonna run quick. And the heat of the molds is gonna bond everything. Into that anal fin and right to the top. The last one here. Just like that. Now remember the capsule we did first? We're gonna reheat that, and then we're gonna top these molds off with that color. So we'll be right back when it's ready. Okay, so that was our melons color with our turquoise flake. We're just gonna top these off. I like to start in the middle, work it backwards to the tail, get the tail filled in, and then slowly work it up. And stop it about a ½ inch from the head so it can flow into the head, and that helps prevent bubbles. We're gonna pour all these in real quick. Now the temps of the mold are hot. So those are about 320. So we got our plastic is only about maybe 300 degrees, maybe 320. And the cooler plastic in a hot mold helps the flakes suspend. And by having it hot, it will make all your colors bond where they're supposed to without blending into each other. And see how slow it's flowing? Because it's so cold. Such cool plastic. That's the benefit of DeadOn Plastix. It works in low temp. Low temp, high temp, doesn't matter. Best plasticol you can get. Nice and easy. Whew, hope we got enough to finish this. Stop it before the head and let it flow in. One more, I hope we can get it. Nice and slow. Oh yeah, just enough. It was close. Get a little boogie off of there. All right, now we're gonna turn the hot plate off and let these just cool down at their own. All right, so there's the colors. They're all in. We're gonna let them cool down on their own, you know, their own account. You know, so as they let them slowly cool down. We're not gonna influence it at all, and that will bond all your colors. Now, by pouring hot plastisol into cool molds, helps your flakes suspend. If you have hot plastisol and hot molds, all your flake and everything is just gonna fall to the bottom of your mold, and your colors could blend together and stuff. So you gotta find that happy medium of, if you got hot molds, you have cool plastic. If you have hot plastic, you have cool molds. So you just gotta work back and forth and find that happy medium in between them. But as soon as it's cool and cool to the touch, we're gonna tear them open and check them out. See how we did. All right, we're back. We're gonna check them out and see how they did. All right, let's check these out and see how we did. Oh, look at that. Very cool. Of course, the lighting in here sucks. Very cool. We're gonna open these all up real quick. Oh, you see that? Alright, there they all are. Look at that. Hard to get a good lighting in here. We're definitely gonna take them outside. But let's get some eyes on that. And for that, we're gonna use some DeadMeat Customize. Make sure you go to their Instagram and Facebook, check them out. They got some amazing quality eyes. We're gonna use these ones here, these naturals. So we're gonna put these in real quick. yeah, look at that with the eye on there. Gonna be great. We're gonna get the other side done, and then we're gonna take them outside and check them out. In natural light, you'll get good lighting of them. All right, here we are outside, natural lighting. Look at that, huh? The turquoise really pops off on there. That looks awesome. And see that belly color? That amber? Makes a real nice natural belly on that. Very, very cool. So I think that's a pretty awesome color. And like I said, the amber, make sure you check that out from DeadOn Plastix. And it can be used great as a base color. And you can like use this as a starting point and then add stuff to it and really enhance things. But it also works well just by itself. And if you go back and watch World's Worst Fishing, Chris Jones just did a video showing colors natural, just on its own, no additives to it, so you can see that too. But very cool color, awesome new addition from DeadOn Plastix. And we got a lot more coming up. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share and all that stuff. And till next time, let me know what you think of that bait and what if you're gonna try that new color. We'll see you next time.